Rick Owens has just dropped another show, and public reacted to this as dark or even demonic. If you have seen my previous video about the designer self-proclaimed Lord of Darkness and his controversial wife Michele Lamy aka the Priestess of Paris, consider this video a part 2. Let's go. Before I get to the fashion show and the unsettling details, let's begin with Michele Lamy. There was this viral video I want to show you. Michele Lamy was approached by a Kick streamer who asked her to say, "God is good, God is so good," but she declined and walked away. Her bodyguard subsequently asked the person to back off and stop.
So good.
She doesn't want to say that.
You don't believe in God? Can I get a God? Can I get a God is good?
Hey man, I need you to stop it.
What?
Nah, I want to pay.
What's wrong with God is good?
Stop asking that question.
This incident went viral on social media, with many internet users making jokes about her reaction, with some suggesting she looked like a horror movie villain or implying she had connections to Satanism. Lamy herself has previously stated that she doesn't have a traditional religious belief, noting that she believes more in DNA and the memory of genes rather than a conventional understanding of God.
I don't know what that God is. I believe, I believe in DNA. I believe that genes have memory. I really believe in civilization. It's what I want to know most. Well, let's say I don't have a religion that to put a name on it. But no, because the more the sciences are finding, I'm more proud of humanity and thinking that people that can behave like incredible human beings are without the help of a God. That's what I believe in.
She has also planned her last days. In the interview with the Dirty magazine, Michele Lamy described how she has planned her death. This was a form of art, but again, why would you unalive yourself for the sake of art? Well, I'll explain that in a moment, but before I do, this is how the interview went.
How are you going to die?
Violently.
Where would you like to be buried?
In the desert. I've already thought about this. I did a project with multimedia artist Frederick Heyman My Virtual Tomb. It was set in the desert. We did a 3D scan of me in Sheffield with 280 Canon cameras and set me in the desert.
You see yourself being reincarnated?
I never got into that because I'm not religious. But I do believe that genes have memory, and that's the same thing.
You spend a lot of time in Venice. You and Rick have a home on the Lido. Do you go to the island cemetery there, San Michele?
Of course. You know my parents got arrested for effing in San Michele.
Lamy's blackened fingers, gold teeth, and dark attire are seen as occult markers. Blackened fingers are linked to ancient pagan practices symbolizing a connection to dark knowledge. Now let's talk about fingers dipping. The act of dipping fingers in black can have various meanings depending on the context. According to Lamy, she is following some Algerian tribal tradition. But the vast majority of those tribes are Muslims, and Muslims have strong belief in God, which doesn't go along with Lamy and her beliefs. Lamy also collects black magic artifacts. However, witchcraft blackened fingertips may symbolize a connection to dark magic or rituals. It can also signify crossing between realms, such as good and evil, or conceal a witch's identity during ceremonies. And so was the ceremony of own death. The ceremony of pretending one's own funeral, often linked to witchcraft or spiritual practices, can serve various purposes. Some traditions view such rituals as transformative, symbolizing the shedding of past burdens or preparing spiritually for life's next phase. It allows individuals to hear tributes from loved ones and process unresolved emotions in a controlled setting. That also reminds me of magician Dynamo and his burial, which I have covered in the video some time ago. Lamy is perceived as a guiding figure for avant-garde artists and celebrities, akin to a spiritual or occult leader. Michèle Lamy's influence in Hollywood and fashion contrasts with other powerful women through her distinct mystique and avant-garde persona. Unlike traditional Hollywood figures such as Oprah Winfrey or Reese Witherspoon, who exert influence through media empires or mainstream productions, Lamy operates in niche experimental spaces. Her witch-like aesthetic, tis two esoteric traditions, and collaborations with elite artists and designers give her a cult-like status. While others focus on commercial success, Lamy's impact lies in shaping countercultural narratives and fostering emerging talent in art and fashion that go along with her style. Rick Owens and Michèle Lamy strategically use influential figures like Fat Wigs to amplify their brand's reach and aesthetic. Fat Wigs, known for her avant-garde style, has appeared at Owens events dressed in his designs, effectively embodying the brand's post-apocalyptic and edgy aesthetic. This aligns with the couple's approach of using celebrities as walking billboards to showcase how their designs integrate into real life, creating aspirational imagery for consumers. Lamy herself is a central figure in promoting the brand. As Owens' muse and collaborator, she embodies the Rick Owens aesthetic through her public appearances and creative projects, turning her presence into a form of performance art. Her collaborations, such as Lamey and partnerships with brands like Birkenstock, further extend their influence into diverse markets. But now Rick found a new muse, a third wheel I may say. While Rick Owens is married to Michele Lamy, he is also seen with Tyrone Dylan Susman. Tyrone is Owens' go-to model, muse, and design collaborator. Susman has opened every Runway collection since spring-summer 2020. He also helps with styling the looks and introduce a more accessibly priced jewelry line. Has been a prominent figure in the Owenscorp universe since meeting Owens in 2017 at a museum in Paris. Their relationship began when Susman boldly introduced himself and shared his portfolio, leading to a job offer. Tyrone is preparing to launch his own label under the Owenscorp umbrella. Susman is reportedly in a romantic relationship with Owens, who is in an open marriage with Lamy. This dynamic has sparked discussions within fashion circles but remains largely accepted as part of their unconventional ethos. Susman's journey from aspiring designer to muse and collaborator and now even own designer under Owens' roof shows he is not wasting his time, and not everyone is happy about this. Owens fans have expressed mixed feelings about Susman's influence on the Rick Owens brand, with debates about whether his involvement aligns with the brand's original aesthetic. He definitely likes eccentric lifestyle, which he needs to keep up with. Some reports suggest that Susman has a close relationship with Annie Doble, the founder of an Easy Vita boutique. They have been spotted together at events like Netflix's BAFTA after party in 2023, fueling speculation about their connection. However, there is no concrete evidence that they are romantically involved. The age gap in this trio is mind-bending. Rick Owens is 63, Lamy is 81, and Tyrone is in late 20s or early 30s. But what is the future of all this? Owens and Lamy have built Owenscorp as a tightly controlled, independent entity. The couple owns the majority of the company, with Elsa Lanzo and Luca Ruggeri holding minority shares and serving as CEO and commercial director, respectively. Owens has stated that his archives alone could sustain the brand for years in the event of his absence, highlighting its self-sufficient structure. While no formal succession plan has been publicly disclosed, their meticulous control over design and operations suggests the brand would likely continue under trusted collaborators or leadership already embedded within the company. With Tyrone slowly taking over the brand, this could be a very possible way forward. And lastly, the latest collection from Rick Owens. Owens himself has described his work as reflecting doom and frustration with world issues. In one interview, he mentioned a collapsing sun as a symbol of the destruction of goodness over evil. For example, fully black eyes are often interpreted symbolically as representing negative traits like selfishness, pride, or demonic influence. The collection featured elements evoking angels and demons, death and rebirth, and sacred yet sinful imagery.
Resistance, we will win.
Thank you for watching. If you are new to this channel and you like our content and want to see more, please make sure to subscribe. Take care until next time.